Hi again, everyone. So today is the day two, and we are again in a loss of $145. So I took three trades today. We somewhat breached our rule, but definitely we traded just our setups. So the two trades that I took, the three trades that I took was first was XAU USD. So I hit the SL and then I added some lots when it was going up because we were having an order block, and then we hit our SL basically. So these are the two trades. Then again we had a setup and we took the trade and we took a loss again. And so basically we took two trades, and one more trade that is currently running right now is X USD JPY that I will be walking you through. So somewhat we breached our rule. We plan to take only one trade a day, but we didn't do that. And also the second rule that we breached was we didn't punch in the trade in the hours that we planned to do. But uh, my setup was being formed, so I just took the trade. So just switching to trading view in order to walk you through to the trades that I took. So the first trade that I took was XAU USD. So it was based on the liquidity sweep setup. As we know that if I will go to a 4-hour time frame, then you will see that we basically see we basically had a bearish trend that was going on, and it was in 0.6 to 0.78 zone, so it was in a good zone to plan a small sell trade. So the bias was bearish and we were directional, like so we planned a sell trade, so we were directional bias. We didn't go against the direction, but as we know that this buying pressure was coming in, so the trade didn't played out that well. If I will switch back to 15 minutes in order to explain the trade and the entry model. So as we see that we have an Asian session and then we had London session coming in. So the trade was planned here. This is the trade that we were planning. So as it swept the Asian high, I thought that it will at least go till the Asian low, and we had a 1:5 trade that was being planned. So if I will just switch to lower time frames and see what exactly happened. So the first thing that happened was, once the liquidity sweep was done around here, we had an FVG, which got inversed. So this is the FVG that we are talking about. So as you can see, the candle gap, the inefficiency between the two candles at 5 minutes or 3 at 5 minutes. Yep. So we have an inverse fair value gap at 5 minutes after the liquidity sweep of the Asian, and then we had basically also a breaker block at 3 minutes. So this was the sell to buy, and it made a new high, and then it basically went through the order block, which led to the formation of the breaker block. And once it came back and tapped into the breaker block, I entered the trade keeping the high of the FVG as our SL. So this was the trade, and the trade played, but it didn't give the change in the state of delivery. As we can see, it just swept the liquidity and went up, blowing our straight through our stop loss. So that was the first trade. After that, it again came back, and I was again analyzing the charts, and what I saw was, as we didn't had a change in the state of delivery first, like we had it at 1 minute, but at 3 minutes we didn't had it. It came up and again it gave a change in the state of delivery, right? So that was the first trade. And they so if I will just, as you can see, this was the inverse FVG, and I added one lot here at the inverse FVG, thinking that the trade might reverse. And as I was in loss, So just to recover my losses quickly, I added one more lot at the probable position, but it just went straight through it. So if I will just quickly switch back to funding pips, and I will show you the positions that I made. So at 305, at 105, I added basically two lots. So this is the closing time, sorry. So the first open was at 12:52, and after 8 after 12 minutes I added one more lot. So this was the main trade, and then I added 0.03 at at price 4521.04, 4521.04. So 4521.04, somewhere at 4521.04. Yep, so somewhere here again inside the FEG itself I added the lot, and it went straight through my SL. So this was the first loss that I took. So my setup that says is after liquidity sweep, if we have an inverse FVG and we have a breaker block, then we can plan our trade, but it didn't play it well. Again, at 1 minute, when it gave a CICD, I thought, okay, now it has given a CICD, as we can see a series of bullish candle, and it closed below this, and then after that we had this 5-minute order block that, if I will just quickly switch to 5 minutes. Okay, so just to quickly clear things up, I will just remove this position that I explained. So this is the comment that I added, that after the CICD we took the trade. So just to clear the chart in order to make it more clear for you. So this was the first trade. It failed to give the change in the state of delivery. We had this inverse FVG which just got straight, the chart went straight through the breaker block, and then we have this order block, this buy to sell, and then with the inefficiency, as you can see there is a gap between the two candles and a final buy to sell. So this was the order block. Okay, so I will just remove that as well. Now as we can see at 5 minutes, sorry, at 15 minutes, if you will see at 15 minutes, it created this inverse fair value gap. As you can see, this is the inefficiency between the two candles, and then it just came back closing below the FVG, causing an inverse FVG. So this was the inverse FVG that was I was talking about. So we had a 15-minute inverse FVG again, and a change in the state of delivery at 1 minute. So I again re-entered the trade, thinking that based on my setup here, so we have a change in the state of delivery, and we had a 15-minute inverse fair value gap. So it came, it tapped in, it came back, and then it just again came through and it just hit the SL. So I just kept this as my SL in order to be at the safest position, but it just straight went through it, and these were the two trades that I took. So overall, if I will grade the trade based on the psychology, then yes, I followed my setup. It was in a good selling zone. Higher time frame was bearish. First, second, three are the three, and the Asian liquidity got swept, and I thought that okay, we can plan from Asian high to Asian low, but the trade didn't play out. So these are the three trades that I punched in, as we can see on funding pips. And the fourth trade that we are currently in is in USD JPY, but that trade is also not currently playing as expected. So if I will just go to a higher time frame, maybe a day, so you can see the trend is bearish and we are in a good selling zone, so we can expect some selling pressure from here. And if I will just switch to lower time frames, then we have this. If I will switch to 15-minute, so the trade was based on 15-minute chart. We had a break of structure. We had first break of structure, this is the new low, this is the new high, and then we again had a break of structure, this being the new high and this being the new low. So this is the trading leg that we are into, and it came up, it came through, and it just came back, closing below the FVG, causing an inverse FVG. So this was the inverse FVG that I took. So overall, if I will grade the trade based on the psychology, then yes, I followed my setup. It was in a good selling zone. Higher time frame was bearish. and it it came into the 0.7 zone, and then it again gave us a change of character here. So this is the change of character that we got. Okay, so we had a change of character, we had a final buy to sell order block that was coming in. So this is the order block where I punched in the trade, and I'm planning from here till here. So we also punched in the trade at or near 0.5 zone, so which is kind of a good zone to plan a sell trade at the order block. So we are following our order block setup in this particular trade. But as soon as I punched in the trade at, if I will go to the 1 minute for the confirmation, I waited for the confirmation as well. So we had this pullback, we had a break of structure, and then we had a change of character, and then I entered the trade here. So the price at which I entered is 159.297, and the trade is just went to consolidation, heavy consolidation, and we are just in the trade. I have put my SL above the order block and I have just left the trade. But as there is this heavy consolidation that is coming in, so it might sweep the liquidity above, and let's see how the trade plays. So these are the, I would say, 3 trades that I took. First is the XAU USD, second is the XAU USD re-entry based on CICD and 15-minute inverse fair value gap, and third is the USD JPY setup, order block setup, which is also trend biased. Also overall time frame is also bearish if we are not going against the trend. So I would rate this setup as a good setup, but as you can see, one thing here to notice, if I will go to 1 hour, or maybe 1 hour, yes, maybe 2 hour, yep, 1 hour. So it entered this higher time frame 0.78 zone, and we have some experience some selling pressure from here. But overall the lower time frame internally it is bullish. So it not exactly bullish, if we will go to higher time frame then it is bullish. So this is the break of structure, and this is a fake low which we can have some liquidity. But at 1 hour, if you will see, 1 hour you will see it has a break of structure here, and then it again has a break of structure here, and then we got a change of character, and then at a good zone we planned a sell trade. So it is again in a discounted region, so we are not expected to have great buys from here. So I would also rate this setup as a good setup from my end. You can definitely comment down your thoughts. What do you think went wrong in the XAU USD, and if or not if there is anything wrong in the USD JPY trade. So these are the 2-3 trades that I took today. We definitely plan to take just a single trade a day, but as the setup was being formed, so I just punched in the trade. But okay, we no, we can't expect profit every day, but okay, that was it. I just traded based on my setup, and unfortunately the trades didn't play it out, and we are currently in a loss of around 145 USD for the day today. If USD JPY doesn't place, USD JPY has a SL of more $20, and in overall we are having our PNL as minus 160 USD. So I will rate it as a good psychology till now, and let's see how the trade plays out, the USD JPY trade. I will just update you about the USD JPY trade tomorrow. So these are the only 4 trades that I took today. I will not be taking any more trades. Even I will just not look at the charts because I'm too tired for the day. I already punched in 3 trades, so I'm not in a very great psychological state. So this is the USD JPY which is running in. So let's see how it goes. So thanks for today. That's it. Have a good one. Bye.